Okay, 3x plus 4x plus 4 equals 32. So we want to solve for x, and that means we just want to move the numbers around until we have x by itself on one side of the equation. The first thing we can do is just simplify these terms where we have 3x plus 4x. Those are similar terms. We can just simplify that to 7x. Just like 3 plus 4 is 7, 3x plus 4x is 7x. So I'm going to rewrite that as 7x. And then the rest of this won't change. The plus 4 and the 32, or plus 4 equals 32. So 7x plus 4, I'm not changing anything, equals 32. So all I did was simplify 3x plus 4x to be 7x, and I left everything else the same. Now I'm going to rewrite that equation. No changes. 7x plus 4 equals 32. And now I want to get rid of this 4 on the left side. Ultimately, I want to get rid of every number except the x, but the next step is to get rid of this 4. And so the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides of the equation. Anything I do to one side of the equation, I can and must do to the other side of the equation. So I'm writing the negative 4 here in a different color. And you don't need to do that. I'm just doing it so that you can see it, and maybe it's easier for you to understand. So everything in white was the previous step, and now in this step, I'm subtracting 4 from both sides. So now continuing, we'll just rewrite the 7x. Nothing changed there. But then plus 4 and minus 4, that simplifies to really 0, right? I don't even need to say anything, but just to drive home the point, I'm going to write a plus 0 here. So 7x plus 0 is equal to, on the right side, 32 minus 4 is 28. So now it's getting a lot simpler. I'm just going to say, instead of 7x plus 0, I'm just going to say 7x equals 28. So we're getting an easier and easier equation now. The last step is to just get rid of this 7, because once again we want to have x by itself. How do you change a 7 into a 1? Well, just divide by 7. So once again, I'm going to use that rule that lets us do whatever we want to both sides of the equation. In this case, I'm going to divide both sides by the number 7. And I'm doing that because I know that 7 divided by 7 is 1. So moving up here to the upper right because I'm running out of room on the bottom there. But 7 divided by 7, that's this term right here. 7 divided by 7 is 1. And then the x just stays the same. Nothing changes there, so that's 1x is equal to, and then on the right side, 28 divided by 7 is 4. So 1x equals 4, and we really don't need the 1 there. We could just say x equals 4. 1 times x is just the same as x, right? So the answer is x equals 4. And we could just stop right there, but I want to show you that we should be able to plug this number, if we've solved correctly and we haven't made any mistakes, we should be able to plug x equals 4 back into the original equation, and it should get two numbers on both sides that are equal. And that proves that x equals 4 is the solution to this problem. So let me just make a little line here to separate the two. Let me just rewrite this equation and plug in the number 4 and see if it checks out. This is not necessary, but it's a nice step to make sure you didn't make a mistake. So 3x, I'm just rewriting the original problem. 3x plus 4x plus 4 equals 32. So I just rewrote the original problem we were given. And now everywhere that there's an x in that equation, I'm going to plug in the number 4. So 3 times, instead of x, it's going to be 3 times 4 plus 4 times, instead of x, it's going to be 4 times 4. Just plugging in an x. I'm sorry, I'm plugging in the number 4 everywhere there's an x. And then this 4 was just here in the original equation, equals 32, which was part of the original equation. No change there, I'm just bringing it down. Now we'll continue to simplify. 3 times 4, well, we've been doing that forever, right? 3 times 4 is 12, we all know that. Plus 4 times 4, that's 16, right? We're grown-ups, we know that. Plus, and I'm bringing down the 4, no problem with that, equals 32. And now if you just do the math here, 12 plus 16 is 26. I'm sorry, 12 plus 16 is 28, plus 4 is 32. So 32 equals, and on the right side, 32. So 32 equals 32. The equation is true, and that proves that our solution of x equals 4 was correct.
Thumbs up and subscribe. For more videos like this, check out algebravideos.com.